Welcome to another session of Endless Space 2, as we're greeted by the Vodiani theme. And let me pick up where I left off last time, and quickly... What? No! The Vodiani have once again beaten me to the punch. How frustrating. I'm not actually sure how they managed to brainwash these people. This is really annoying. I'm failing to assimilate these minor factions. Very frustrating. So, in the meantime, we can just go back and get the system. I'm gonna have to bind this up eventually to get over here and get over there. So it's not the end of the world, but like, having the Vodiani as my neighbors is definitely highly irritating because of their, brainwashing of these minor factions. That's something I didn't plan around, it's sort of a problem I ran into. This is a bit of a corner case thing anyways. So now you know how this works. I certainly didn't when I dived into this game. As you can see, our population is highly devoted. We're not suffering from any colonization issues, which is pretty good. These are both good planets to choose. I guess this will give us more food. We definitely want to get these colonies up and running sooner. And it seems like we have all the industry we really need on the system, so that's good. Now, the choice I was faced with last time was what am I going to do about this Guardians of the Galaxy quest. Now, this seems like a really important moral choice. We can help them transform into thirds, or Guardian Guides. Yeah, these are better Guardians, basically. Oh, but it's only on one system. Or we can chop it down, which is kind of evil. But we get a better bark. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Or we can just do this pacifist thing. We get bonus manpower. Ugh. This is the best choice. But it's also the most evil choice. I feel so sad about this. Wait. Yeah. This is such a... I really want to do the good thing and just continue growing this, but I also kind of want the shield. Whatever, I'm not that evil. I want to win, but not that badly. Let's just move this here. Move this here. Curse the fact that Vodiani exist and like ruin all our plans, like to press minor civilizations into our empire. This is hyper annoying. But at least we'll get our revenge when we put influence pressure on them. Assholes.
The church is pleased to
No!
you.
No! Fuck you. You're so mean. At least we can tell them to go away from there, so they can't upgrade their stuff. By the way, Vodiani is a very powerful faction, if it gets the right start, but the AI is terrible playing it. That's why the AI will almost always be extremely low in score when playing the Vodiani. If not the lowest. Yeah, here's the lowest, yeah. So don't think that's because the Vodiani are bad, just the AI is terrible at playing the Vodiani specifically. Well, the AI is not very clever anyways, but it does cheat on resources, because, gotta keep things challenging somehow. I guess I'll just pick these things up in the system. We don't really need anything particular. I guess graviton shielding might be more important. Yeah, we can even get these upgrades here. Oh, science agreement. That's pretty great. Let's see what that actually gives us. Yeah. Okay, that's actually not even that impressive. But it's probably kind of nice to have those
The
things.
church is pleased to greet you. We are always happy to discuss affairs.
It's turning a little bit of influence into something else. That's nice. And otherwise,
Okay.
no, they're not interested in giving us things. Whatever, let's just gonna make that over. Okay. Gonna micromanage this stupid
Is
deal.
like glad tidings. We accept.
Yeah. Great, great, great. Now we can just keep sending the scout out in this direction. We want to find more empires. The more empires we can make peace with, the more happiness we'll get. Which... Yes! Speaking of empires, why not the empire?
The empire welcomes all.
Yeah, force peace.
What should the empire make of this move?
You tell me, man. You tell me. Why can we with that Polish saber? Is it a Polish saber? Who knows? Well, I'm sure people know about Polish sabers though. I just saw a video on that at some point, and thusly it's the first thing that popped to mind. We can plant beacon here. I mean, I think we're just going to keep... We can go back and we can pick up these planets, for instance. Yeah, we're probably going to pick up this. If we can make a planet here, that's not the worst. But at the same time, we can also think about using this as a staging area to put more influence pressure on their systems, which is really an important part of our strategy at this point in the game. Another hero that I think I mentioned this in the last session, but I forgot about it. Another hero is excellent. Picking up bonus food is probably best. And we can pick up extra influence. Now what's really nice about these, she's both an Overseer and a United Empire hero, so United Empire heroes are pretty good because of these nice influence bonuses, so industry bonuses. Especially this perk, this is insane. Well, it becomes insane at some point. It is insane! Sort of. Let's just put her here for now. Hopefully she can get to a better system at some point. Well, hopefully I'll remember to put her in a better system at some point. We can get the Narc University here. We can also think about Intergalactic Technology Center. And that one's the one which is... There's more of a rush to get this out sooner than later. So I guess I'll do that. I guess I would send population units there. We're building population units so fast in the system, so we might as well do that. The problem is we don't have that much industry, despite this being kind of late into the game. Like, we still don't have that much industry on the system. We don't have a hero which can really boost industry that much. We don't have... Yeah, so this is going to take us a while to build up, but it is very powerful once you get it. Like, minus 10% cost on technologies is... this is weirdly worded. Is it like technologies that affect technology costs, or whatever? I think it's just minus 10% on technologies. How is this worded? So this is kind of weird. I guess it reduces the science cost of... this is weird. Is this the technology tree? No, I'm just confused at this wording. But I think it's kind of good to have this thing. But maybe it's better to get the Narc University, actually. It will be easier to get, and it will improve our FIDZ quite substantially based on the population of the system, which is reasonably high. Although, again, we're not trying to go tall, we're trying to expand quite a lot. And we're gonna expand right through territory of others. Okay, here we've started to put pretty significant influence pressure on Vodjani here.
The church is pleased to greet you. We are always happy to discuss affairs.
Yeah. So we should have this quest completed pretty soon. This hero can get... forced labor is excellent. Let me just actually check the system out. This is the annoying thing about having too many heroes. Speaking of annoying things. And we have a decent amount of... Well, we have J-Donics in the system. So picking up this will improve our genomics production, not something we have to worry about at the moment though. Bonus per hot. I guess the bonus food is going to be more relevant. Even in the end game, bonus food is quite important. Because we can get this tier boost over here. So this biofuel factory boost, which is pretty relevant actually later in the game. It will let us turn on all our excess food into excess science. So excess food is something that's not even that bad at this stage of the game. Well, at least it won't be that bad once we pick this up. Now, wait, what was I? I was planning on getting this. I was thinking, what else can I get? Getting extra antimatter per turn. I'm thinking about getting F Reality Institute. Might help us build up this system a bit with science. If that's the case, we should get this wormholes tech first. And yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that plan. This is worth it. Or maybe we actually want to get this running sooner rather than later. We have the ability to make use of that pretty soon, because we're already putting pressure on the Vodiani player. Influence pressure, that is. And we could put pressure on green fairly soon.
Tell me why you're here.
Okay, fine. They're so surprised. Chill. So we actually have to look at the score. I've been doing so well. I haven't been that worried about the score. And actually, you haven't had that much reason to be worried. We're not that far behind any other player. We don't have to worry about being outpaced at the moment. I mean, maybe the Craven player outpaces us, but once we have a good lay of the galactic situation, we can think about alliances, but for now it's fine. Research Generation Strategics will give us more of these, but I guess getting things online faster is probably a bit better here, so we're going to go for that. I don't have any valuable strategics I want to pick up anyways, so... Okay, cool. Okay, I should remember to pick up, yeah. We can actually start, we could go to Ranos directly. Although, let's rather just find out the system than pick up those other systems. We might even want to go to Faji's directly, and then bounce around to Gruss, or whatever it's called. Weird place. Weird name. I wonder how much of this is from the event. This is our fire ship, by the way. It's these are basically mid-tier warships. Although I haven't really invested in military because it's not really great for us to have military. Mantle of Unity. This is impressive, actually. It might be more important to us. Well, okay, what is more important? The F Reality Institute. But extra influence production is something we want eventually. So Resonate of the Heart is an interesting, unique technology for us to think about getting. Although Edenization is also nice. We can use that to turn our extra population units into a more influence production. Surprisingly low influence production at this stage of the game, actually. Well, this stage of the game, turn 50, like, we're doing really well. 100% devoted still. I don't have to worry about this cultural unshock at the moment. I will have to worry about it at some point, but not right now. Yeah. I mean, the one issue of not playing one of these more industry-heavy factions is that you can't always get the... Or you can't always prioritize the wonders. I think it's correct not to, but, you know, it hurts a little bit. Just a little bit of extra food is worth it, I think. Like, none of these food upgrades are really good. Like, this is so bad if you don't have population, which is when you need food. This is so bad if you don't have luxuries, which is very often. This is good, but you can only get it once, and this is situationally good. So the food upgrades are really unimpressive in this game. Part of the reason why I heavily underestimated how good food upgrades were in Endless Legend. I played that game recently. Check out some of my playthroughs on the channel. I'll probably return to that game at some point as well. Or almost definitely. Partly because I've been playing... I think I know like Endless Space pretty well. So playing Endless Legend keeps things fresh in a way. Although I think Endless Legend is a lot more frustrating and less relaxing or balanced to play, I think. Like, I feel like I often get janked out and I lose for random reasons. Like this other day.
To see that we are not the only sentients in the galaxy.
Yes! Alright, we got a slightly upgraded Guardian, and we did the right thing, which is important, right? Yep. It definitely is. Alright, whoa. That was a very laggy move in. Do we have... We have Xeno and Predictive, so we can just pick up these planets. And that will improve our industry by each planet. In addition to giving us whatever bonuses the plants were giving us. Move here, dumbasses. Yeah, thanks. Okay. Keep moving in this direction. As soon as we're able to. It's always kind of funny how difficult it is to make that click. Alright. So everything is going pretty well at this stage. Make Lavalon Wars is generating obscene amounts of happiness. Like 30 for an upgrade. It's pretty obscene at this point in the game. To the point where we can easily afford to have Cram Exam. We might even be able to afford to go for the taxation upgrade. I wonder how high this is. It's probably high enough that we can afford to go for taxation. Taxation with representation this time. Getting a lot of extra... It's probably something I should have done earlier. We're getting a ton of extra dust without actually losing population bonuses. And also we're getting a ton of extra dust from Vessels of the Heart. Look at how much we're getting here. Like, yo, that's insane. We're also getting a ton of extra science from this thing. Like, this upgrade is, like, kind of obscenely good, to be honest. Are they still mad at us? Okay. I should do the map sharing a while ago.
May the silence of the vault bring you peace.
What is... That sounds fucking scary, actually. Don't lock me up, please. Vision sharing. Oh. Yeah, actually map sharing at the same time. Don't want to waste this. We don't have that much production. Getting random. Okay, cool. We get their visions.
Is as welcome as.
Yeah, something is welcome. Something. I appreciate it. Okay, they're in this part of the galaxy. No, just a hop away. And who is this? Do we meet them yet? No, this Olaf. Yeah, we haven't actually met them yet. We should definitely head in this direction, try and meet this player. I probably should have done map sharing sooner, then I could have sent the scout in the right direction. Whatever. Oh, Primus is their planet, yeah, it is. Pretty soon we'll be putting pressure on them to the point where we can make demands of them. So the way pressure works is it keeps building in one direction or the other until you can relieve pressure to make a demand of them. Or make an ultimatum where they have an unpleasant choice. Okay, they're actually putting pressure on me, so ideally I'd put fines on them before anything bad happens there. Like, you know, I'm forced to make a concession or something. Yeah, this is fine. We'll bounce this fleet around here, and then send this fleet to, like, try and bind over here, maybe here, and then get the binds over to Yelix, and then onto Lime Green. Wait, does Lime Green the play this? No. Okay. I don't know what the lowest green is. Dark green? Whatever. Green. Some sort of green. Too much green. Oh, okay. Guardians have to be awakened by our ships. Yeah, that's a bit irritating. Whatever. We can get the National Museum here. And also, why not pick up National Museum? Getting bonus production on influence is something we want to do at some point. Just so we can get better laws. Once we pick up the super light SLC, sorry, let me just check the time now that I've messed that up. Once we pick this up, we can start thinking about buying up these systems with influence, and then we really do want to amp up our influence production. Because then we really have a good use for influence. Okay, now they're happy with us. See? Just declaring peace and then just waiting and doing nothing terrible is the way to go, especially if you're playing Pacifist Nation. Well, precisely when you're playing Pacifist Nation, actually. Because no other nations can actually force peace. Ironically enough, this is a fun fact. Cravers, if they become pacifists, they still can't force peace, even though they can be in an alliance. Completely weird. Alright. Body Language Institute. 10% influence increase is only impressive if we already have a lot of influence production from the system. I guess we'll just go for this. I want to improve my influence in anticipation of picking up better laws in the future, which I hope is going to happen soon. I probably should have been boosting the pacifist laws a bit more aggressively. This tree is pretty good for us. Like, and also each peaceful alliance we have is very good for us because of how, I'll say aggressively, but how much we benefit from this perk. It's really insane. Like our science production has gone up substantially because of that. Like 1,000 points just from that, so that's pretty impressive.
We hail your rational leadership.
Yes. Just like I hail your rational leadership if you subscribe.
Greetings. Your hospitality is appreciated.
Okay, let's just offer them a science agreement. I'm not going for trade agreements because I don't have trade routes, and B, the AI is notoriously bad about prioritizing trade routes. But notoriously means I have noticed that and it bugs me. Yeah. Wow, they want to figure out cats? Wait, there are cats in this universe? Crazy. So, what are we getting? Well, we're not getting that much for science agreements, but it's a way of turning our extra influence into other things. Converting influence into useful resources is quite important. In general, turning resources into other resources tends to be very important in these kinds of games because not all resources are always going to be equal, or most of the time not all resources are going to be equal. So it's good that we're getting these flat modifiers on top of percentage modifiers like vessels in the heart. But I think the way that percentage modifiers work is that they're percentages of everything else, so they benefit from having. It means you get more. They benefit a lot more from having already gotten flat modifications. That was difficult to say. Basically, percentage multipliers are good if you already have a lot of stuff. Okay, we've achieved enough influence pressure. And we can almost send it over there.
Our relations with you are a source of joy and hope for the church.
Do you want to start converting their systems? The question. Okay. Now we can investigate the heart. So this is basically the climax of the story here. Reach the 4th stage in one of your quadrants on the technology tree. We lead well, comrade. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 4th stage. Wait, reach the 4th stage and wait, one of them? Okay. Then we get fire forming. We can terraform barren into forest, arctic into forest, and snow into forest. We have all of these. Or we can get heart's embrace. which lets us terraform lava into forest, ash into forest, or desert into forest. This is going to be easier to do, I think. I'm sorry, Hearts. Yeah, I guess we can terraform Heartfire into a jungle. Where's the stupid Heartfire plan? I remember this being a mission. So I'm just going to pick this fire. Terraforming is not bad. This is not too exciting. The Unfallen quest line is neat from a story perspective. I've sort of glossed over it here because it always distracts me from the gameplay. That's just me though. Just sending it this way. Okay. We can pick up a planet here. I think vines make us immune to influence conversion. Yeah. I think that they make us protected from influence conversion. By the way, because of friendly major factions, we actually have pretty strong militaries. Kind of funny. If we want to use military to slow down another empire, then that'll be pretty good for us. Toxic Arctic. Actually, the Toxic planet is not too bad a choice. That's some weird ass creature. Dig it. I don't think they're putting influence pressure on us. Are they? No, I don't think they are. I think the vines actually protect you from influence pressure. That's fine. Zolia is really happy with us. I would be happy with us. We're cool. Or wouldn't she be? Temperate. Oh, it even benefits from Xeno? Wow. I'm just gonna spend the dust there, like why not? The answer is, you know, you should spend the dust there. Basically. We'll make them upset if we don't stop the influence conversion. And we don't have enough I guess we're just gonna accept for now. And later when we have more influence, we're just gonna capture their planets in one fell swoop. They'll never well they have seen it coming. But like they'll never see it coming enough. Whatever. I just want to find an additional empire. The more empires we make friends with, the more we improve our our science and our dust production. It's very important for us at this stage of the game. I'm picking up this wormhole tech just to go for the F Reality Institute. It's possible I should just pick up the commercial frameworks first, and I think I'm going to actually. I want to just make trade companies. We have systems that are fairly far apart. So say if we make one. Say if we start a trade route here, and then it ends like here, we're getting a fair amount of... Oh, I forgot to colonize this planet. Say it ends here, we're getting a fair amount of dust and science from our trade routes. Saha is an excellent choice to colonize, but we need Arid. And Arid is located here. So let's pick up the Arid first. And Gika needs something to be done with it. Senate tourism is not that great in this system, but it's kind of like what else are we going to get? I guess we can just pick these up, because why not? Okay, I should have planned ahead here, but whatever. Again, despite, like, this should give you an idea of how nice the Unfallen can be to play. You don't have to stress, you don't have to worry too much about wars, you don't have to stress about small mistakes, etc. Yeah. You can just have a chill time playing a very chilled faction. It's also a very good faction, I think. It just sometimes struggles with having a bit of a slow start. But not too much. You want industrialist or an ecologist? I think I want to improve ecologist ideology. And the bonuses don't really matter. Yeah. Okay, so the Heart is a member of the Lost. The Lost are a civilization which was exploited by the Endless to produce dust, the main currency of the Endless Universe. And that's kind of what the Academy storyline of this game is mostly about. But we got this ability to turn barren, Arctic, and snow into forest. It's pretty decent. Whoa, what have I done? Saha is only hot. Planet's not hot, so we're not getting that much out of Xeno. If your colonizer is toxic, we might get a bit out of Xeno though. Why not? You can never go too wrong with Xeno. Should be my catchphrase or something. I actually want to see how much colonize or terraforming costs. Actually, on a main system, I know we can terraform. We can terraform this into a forest. It would actually take us quite a long time for dubious benefits. So terraforming is not that great. Yeah. Terraforming is nice, but it's not that practical, I don't think. Although, we still have to worry about the stupid strong magnetic field, so... Actually, control-click. Let me actually find this technology. It's over here! God damn it. That's pretty far away. Let's just see. Anything else we can pick up on this system? Yeah, just collect the last planet of the system. Collect the always good public-private partnerships. Optics Research Lab, Graviton, in some order. Yeah, that's fine. Now we're gonna vine up here. We're going to vine up here. Once we vine this up, I think we should be able to vine this up. Put some pressure on light green. And we can also vine this system up. The nice thing about vines, it doesn't actually matter if they capture the system at some point. I don't think they're even generating any influence pressure on us. Yeah.
The church is pleased to greet you.
Pretty soon we'll be able to make demands of them. And it's only turn 59. So our strategy is pretty easy to implement and effective, as you can see. Unfallen is just really nice to play. What should we pick up here? None of these really help us being a governor, which is kind of what we want to be because we're an overseer and we have this nice technology improving perk. Clearly watch too much Shiraka. There's this dual thing we could use to increase industrialist ideology. But I'm just going to discourage it, improve pacifist ideology a bit. Dueling is so archaic, come on guys. Let's just get this. And we can get the resource bonus later. Even more food is obviously unnecessary in a sense, because we have maxed out population on this system. And we can send them to somewhere that needs population, like here. We've leveled this. Leveled them. Just to make sure that all of our new systems are getting... Did we pick up the level 2 here? Yeah. We pick up level 2 here. Yep. Always make sure we pick up level 2. Now we've actually gotten trade companies, so where do we want to get a trade company? I guess the logical conclusion is we want the trade companies or trade locations which are the furthest away from each other. But obviously we also need enough production to get those things online. So we might want to get this here. Yeah. And we'll have it in 4 turns. I have to rush with the trade. I kind of want to just go here, pick up this F Reality Institute, because it's a good way to make use of an extra antimatter to improve the science on our best systems. And obviously, yeah. I mean, we're riding the Vessels of the Heart pretty nicely. Such a powerful, potent upgrade. I just want to meet this other green. I assume other... Well, it might not even be Cravers. They're not that far ahead of the game. See, we're pretty close to the middle of the pack, but that's almost super favorable for winning the game because of how much better the the human player is to AI players, or a good human player, I should say, or good enough human player. Minus Union is good because we want extra antimatter. This is our only source of antimatter. Oh, I completely forgot. So the behemoths. We want to park a behemoth here. We have been staying busy getting good technologies, but once we're done with that, we can get this behemoth blueprint and think about just building behemoth and parking it here. I could have seen getting behemoths earlier as defensive ships if we were worried about the Cravers or something, or any faction we couldn't just pacify. And now I really do want this fair trade bill. Hopefully pacifists get elected. Come on, guys, you can do it. The Boxies, I believe in you. Yes, no, yeah, we did. No, we got my precious resource generation on luxury deposits. These aren't that good. Dirty Hands Act is not bad though. I should have been pushing pacifists more aggressively. That sounds kind of like an oxymoron. Where's MX? Gain the level. That's good. MX is here. Okay, nobody cares. Well, maybe I should care, but it's going to be too hard for us to reach that planet. Yeah. I heard the first time. Let's just get a bit of extra food production, then go to influence production. I think I'm gonna pull her over here. He's a promising governor. I don't want to waste her in some backwater. This is good. Yeah, this predictive logistics will help us set up the rest of the system. We can even cheat it out of extra dust in a couple of turns. Oh, I could have picked up the system. Whoops. Look, that was just the straight up blunder. Yeah, I'm almost being too relaxed in this playthrough. But you know, kind of shows you the overall strategy matters a lot more than, you know, small decisions. Though obviously the small decision matters. Small decisions matter. Yeah. We'll pick the Xeno-Industrial up at some point. Yeah, might as well cheat it out. Even the Droid Network. Pick up the extra planets, get public-private. Yeah. And then we can start researching all of these important things. We're making sure that we're spreading our vines to a bunch of different systems. We could even make more vine ships at this point. Although each vine ship stack we make means we're not getting other things that could be important. Although our main systems, we're starting to get diminishing returns. We don't really need all these things. I'm just going to pick up F Reality Institute. And this upgrade is... Battlefield Archaeology is truly incredible if you're doing a military playthrough, but we're not, so it's not. That's basically it. Resonator the hardest something we might want to pick up.
The church is pleased to greet you. We are always happy to discuss affairs.
Yeah, me too. Once this is lined up, we can start putting live. We could start influence converting this. I'm not sure how long this influence conversion stop thing
Please speak
applies.
We see you as part of our congregation.
Wow, that's pretty hectic.
Yes.
Ah, it was Cravers. Seems like they're not having a good time with it though. They're not that far ahead of everyone else, which they normally are. Let's see. I don't think we can force peace on them. Yeah, they don't understand the concept of peace, thusly we can't actually force peace on them. So that's awkward. Ideally, we want to make a galactic alliance against the Cravers, which is the normal strategy for almost every playthrough. Sadly. We have the power to convert Noveris pretty soon. That's great. We can finally convert these stupid systems. All we have to do is make sure our influence production is up to scratch. And for that, Resonate of the Heart will be quite important, I think. Like, we need 20 per empires apiece, and there's a lot of empires on the stage. Like, yeah, that's 80 influence per turn. Screw these guys, and these people we still have to find. Super Cravers are stupid. Like, the thing that can really bite you in the ass if you're playing one of these peacemakers is that if you spawn next to Cravers, your main method of defense, which is forcing peace, is suddenly completely worthless. So you're forced into using fleets earlier than you'd like. This is nice. Just flat bonus. I really want to improve my influence bonus. The flat bonuses on science are a lot less valuable than flat bonuses on influence at this point in the game. I don't want to investigate anything. I mean, I don't want to investigate curiosities. Care about these weird people. I'm horrible. Wait. I'm still building a headquarters. So this system can do what for us? Not much. As you can see, this infinite supermarkets is not even that necessary. The average system is going to be stuck on ecstatic because of how many systems we're at peace, or empires we're at peace with. So that's great. Don't have to worry too much about. Because the Unfallen really have no problems just keeping their happiness high. We haven't expanded that much, but you know, we're not feeling any downside to overexpansion and disapproval. That was weird grammar. We're not feeling any downsides because of overexpansion and disapproval. We don't have to invest in ways to mitigate it, as other factions have to. Instead, we can just make peace. And that makes everyone happier and, you know, stoked because we make Love and War. Despite having Super Tax Act and Cram Exam Act active. Now, I do want to meet extra factions.
Greetings. Your hospitality is appreciated.
Map sharing, vision sharing. Let's do that.
Naturally, we are happy you have agreed to the deal.
Yeah. Did we gain anything? No, we actually didn't gain any knowledge. That was bad. That is a lot of ships they have there. Holy shit. This is starting to get to the point where you're getting like massive diminishing returns for your warships. Like, you don't even need that many. So many ships were. And these random ships that they're just sending in a random direction. I just want to keep exploring. Hopefully I can find another civilization. The more civilizations we can make peace with, again, the more we get out of our excellent upgrade. Vessels of the Heart. Oh, by the way, if you like Endless Legend, then Oregon's a frozen wasteland. Sorry about that. Alright. We're still getting this. We can dump our initial influence into just converting these systems. We don't have to worry about putting pressure on our neighbors yet. I mean, we are already building influence pressure on this player. We can make a demand, a diplomatic demand. So here's how it works. You basically give them a ultimatum between one of these things, like one of these terrible penalties, and they have to offer you something in return. Although in this case, our choices are terrible. Resource terms are not going to. I guess we can go for magnetic. We're not really getting that much out of these upgrades. I guess we can go for intergalactic technology on this system, or we can just build a bunch of vine ships. I think that's almost what I will do. Make just one more fleet. Just keep spreading the vines. We might not need it, but ideally we can spread over green here, or send them up here and help spread over yellow. The spreading is really important for late in the game. It's kind of how you win. You suddenly gain a ton of systems through influence conversion, and thereby win by conquest victory. That is the victory type where you get a lot of space or a lot of systems. Well, obviously we're in space. We have a lot of space. Duh. We can get more influence production or more food. I think this hero's on our main system. No, this hero's not on our main system. No, reset skill. Let's get this one. What just happened? The academy has finally been discovered. Oh, we discovered it. Never mind. Alright, we got a meaningless bonus at this point in the game. And let me actually check which system this is on. I forgot to check if there are no heroes available. It appears they've been pulled out, so there might have been, and I might have lost them. No, I lost my only child / hero. So a small meaningless bonus to industry is probably less. It's probably more meaningful to have random extra deposits which we can sell. Neither of these are great though. I almost want to go back and pick this up. Yeah, none of these are even remotely appealing. So many Harishans, holy shit. Let's send it over there. And I guess let me just get that. It seems more impactful than either of those upgrades. Let's get Body Language Institute. I think this is most likely to be one of our influence generation capitals. So we're most likely going to get benefit from this 10. No, actually, we're not going to benefit from this 10%. Let's just save up for dimensional folding. Let's go here. I'm quite tired. This is, I think, the 3rd episode I've recorded in a row. And today's been quite warm here, so... I can just immediately capture this if I want. Do I want to is the question? Or do I want to save up for this and wait for this to capture itself? Probably the latter. The latter, as I apparently like to say. Can I go here directly? I think I can. I almost want to skip out the trivial systems and just like start putting pressure on them. Although here's a nebula cloud. What does a nebula cloud do? It helps us get these behemoths. Yeah, oh, it helps us get Quadronix and Orichalcix. Okay, those are important. Let's just pick up the behemoth mode for that, and that will let me get the required strategics. Now, Resonate of the Heart is also something I want, though I can leave it for now. Alright, we've completely bind up that location. Have we bind up this location? Yes. No, wait. Can we? Oh yeah, we can. We'll be able to bind that up next. Now here, these are Baron, Arctic, Baron. Do you even want to colonize the system? I think not. It's not that impressive. I guess we can always get it immediately if we want the colonization victory, and in the meantime, it's not that valuable, I think. I do want to make sure I can get my influence production rolling here. Actually, on Artemis, I want to actually get Hedonization on every planet. That will basically help us improve our influence production quite swiftly. Sustainable farms is not valuable. Sorry, sustainable farms. I mean, yeah, just not that good. We're getting some adamantium per turn. How come? Did we pick up an adamantium colony? Oh yeah, we did actually here. That's cool. That's nice. So we have what strategics we really need. Speaking of which, I should have thought about picking up this fabrication license. It's a pretty nice upgrade. Now that we have adamantium. Yeah. Although in the meantime, we just get some behemoths first. If I'm going to get behemoths, I probably want the C3 center. What's it called? Citadel blueprints. So I can get this behemoth C3 center, so I can get more behemoths. Okay, this is awful. Losing that much industry sometimes knocks out certain planets. I'd rather do this. Okay, I found the Kraber's homeworld. Nobody cares. Kraber's are the cockroaches of the galaxy. Oh, I don't like playing as them. I mean, sometimes you have to embrace your inner cockroach. But yeah, they're pretty vile. Oh no, I don't want to place it there. I want to place it as far away from the exit as possible, from the first location as possible. If I colonize this system, inhospitable? What have I been doing all my life? I can just dump that here in the front. Waiting a turn is probably fine. The start of the better system. On this system, we can quickly pick up this trade company. At that point, I almost want this Galactic Security Charter so we can get 2 extra exits for trade companies. I don't know what they're called. Subsidiaries there. Boom, finance terminology. Body language is not good. Might as well just pick up Intergalactic Technology Center at this point, like set this system to good use. Set it to good use. That's not good. I'm gonna get F Reality Institute on this system. I think it's probably our best science system. Yeah, by a pretty substantial margin. Where else can we get F Reality? Yeah, it's probably not a bad choice. Yeah. And here we can focus on getting in, I guess, the generic science stuff. Why not? It's still not that good. Or whatever. Here we want to build up our food, even if it's not a great upgrade. So this is Menace. Set some populations away. Yeah. Menace will get new populations at some point. I want to get drone networks first, I think, and then go to predictive at some point. And that'll actually be useful. Yeah, so this is the way you apparently pick up minor civilizations. You wait for the Vodyani to brainwash them, and then afterwards you gradually buy them out. I'm gonna spend all my influence on this one, because this one will become free in a bunch of turns. Like 3 turns it won't cost us any influence. At this stage in the game when we're starting to think about this influence conversion, we do kind of want to when we're starting to think about influence conversion, we do kind of want to do things like dump more resources into producing more influence. Although there's no rush. Well, there might be a rush if someone else is trying to win the game faster than us. Yeah, there's a rush. I took myself into it. This is a system we're supposed to colonize, but fat chance of that happening, so... Well, let's just say it's small chance. Alright. Let's see if we can convert this.
Tell us what
Ha! No, screw you. That's always really funny when the Cravers are like, somehow we're losing the war. Please help. Like, deeply ashamed about it. Okay, so it looks like our happiness has plummeted a bit. Overpopulation, I guess? That's also from this event, partly. So let's just cut Super Tax Act, see if that helps. Yeah, it puts everything back into ecstatic. We can do something else to improve our... We can do Brains of a Bucks, it's not the best. We can go back to green fertility bill, why not? Or My Precious, actually, that's better. Yeah, that's better. Give us a lot more dust on our systems. What else is this? No, we can improve dust and science or luxury and science income. Luxuries aren't that impressive, so let's go dust and science. We can improve... Well, actually, level 3 modernization is irrelevant because this is not bad. Just getting another boost of 60 industry is really not a bad investment. So... This, we can improve the science in the system, but we don't have to. Let's get some generic upgrades. Which system needs more science? Maybe this one, or industry. We should get a flat bonus. The flat bonus is really good. I guess there's no need to rush towards this, yeah. Battle data, grim recycling. That seems kind of grim. Yeah, just I don't know how I feel about grim recycling, because if you're losing a fight that much already, do you really want to do? Does it really matter at that point? You know, like oh well. Most of these battle tactics aren't even like they're not that terrible, but they're not that great. We'll have a new fleet over here in a couple of turns. Guess we're going to get F reality here because we have a substantial or decent amount of science. Those science upgrades stack quite nicely with each other. I just want to get the security charter so we can get more exits for our trading companies. We can make trade agreements.
Greetings. Your hospitality is appreciated.
Alright. See if they're they're actually not unconnected with us, so it actually wouldn't matter.
Welcome. May the silence of the vault bring you peace.
Do they even have trade routes? Probably not, actually. Unfortunately, there are no Lumeris players nearby, because Lumeris is the one faction that really does prioritize trade routes. Trade routes is something I could have gotten sooner, but yeah, I chose not to. Let me just make sure my influence production is up to scratch.
Our relations with you are a source of joy and hope.
Our friendship is something pure,
Yeah.
isn't it?
My friendship is pretty good. I'm just gonna get general stuff here. Oh, I forgot. I could have picked up this planet, but I didn't. No, this system is bad. What was I talking about? I could have picked up this planet, but I didn't. Let's pick that up. How's our happiness doing? Still really high. Not as high as it could be though. I want to just pick up this, just to knock it back into acceptable ranges. Yeah. Here, level 1 modernization, pretty important for us to pick up. Xeno-industrial infrastructure, also very important for us to pick up. I almost want to get rid of this cram exam in favor of super tax. I feel like I want the dust a little bit more at this stage. Yeah, it looks like the science bonuses aren't actually making a difference. This system could use a little bit of happiness boosts. So we're just going to get infinite supermarkets, and do we have anything else that improves happiness in the system? No, but infinite supermarkets will knock it back up into ecstatic. And the same holds for this system. Yeah. Looks like we're also getting to the point where extra economies kind of hurt us a little bit. And the real question is, who we're going to be mean to and assimilate with our binding. And it's probably going to be yellow, to be honest. Sorry, nothing against you, just, you know. You're the the freshest bait. Oh boy. Let's give me some worry about this. Oh, your bag, please? I've never gotten this quest before. Oh, this quest. And we immediately failed. Oh, this is cool. We can get a endless hero if we virtual endless hero, that is, if we get a bunch of these gamma platforms. So here we can choose whether we want to start influence converting the system again, and that is a choice. Let's get this one. Yeah. That's a choice we can think about in the next episode, I think. Well, we can influence convert these systems as well. So now is kind of the point of the game where we can start thinking about sort of preying on the smaller fish in terms of using influence conversion. At that point, we do want to make sure we can improve our influence production. That's why I'm sort of looking at this Resonate of the Heart. It feels like we have enough antimatter to maybe get that work going. And at that point in the game, we'll try and win quickly by expanding a lot. We currently have 12 star systems, and I think we need a total of 28. Yeah, 28 to win the game. Well, I just looked it up. So I definitely do think I need it. To do that, we're going to have to make sure we either get them all in one fell swoop, or find some way to mitigate expansion disapproval, because it's starting to become a slight problem. Especially since they end up mutinous the turn you get them. So let's plan around that in the next episode. So join me next time as I continue my peaceful playthrough with the Unfallen. And yeah, I've had a blast so far. Generally the Unfallen are a pretty chilled faction to play, and I've really appreciated that coming from more hectic playthroughs like the Countess playthrough, where I feel like I kind of had to pull a cat out of the bag. Now I can just, organize my economy and plan ahead quite nicely. And I hope you try and play the Unfallen in your own time, because I think they're a really fun faction. If you really like this sort of diplomatic pressure, just slow expansion, putting vines all over the place playstyle. So thanks again for joining me, and I hope you'll consider looking at the next episodes in the series. Hope you learned something, and consider subscribing.